Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 20. Five. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front.
And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually. And they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 43 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gets it to Hardman. A jet sweep. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. McKinnon now going to try the left side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Now here's Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's McKinnon on the draw. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. A man who has done this a lot, Justin Houston, in there to record the sack. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Here's Mahomes to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this, we can protect this, and make sure we keep the ball.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this third quarter. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just... And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because it was such great coverage. They had them blanketed, especially there in the secondary, but, hey, took off and found a way. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson forced out to his left. Watkins diving. He's got it.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown! That's caught. Sammy Watkins from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Hardman on the return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Man open is Robinson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top and gives you a chance to go make a play.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Jackson to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And all the way down to the 12. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Jackson. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him to do that? What was
maybe
that?
They saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Robinson. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
22.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped